Imagine your website rankings are booming, but one day they fall off a cliff. Everything in your dashboard goes from green to red overnight. Sound dramatic? Trust me, it happens more often than you think. And the reason is simple. Most websites might look fine on the surface, but under the hood, Google can't properly crawl them, index them, or trust them. And that's where your entire SEO effort falls apart. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps that you need to perform a simple SEO audit of your website. This is the easiest SEO health checkup. And to make it even easier, we'll use an example throughout of an e-commerce store selling home fitness equipment. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dan from fatjoe. We've fulfilled over 220,000 SEO orders since 2012. And now, let's get into the video. Step 1. Check if Google can even see your site. Let's start with the absolute basics. Before you worry about ranking higher, you need to ask, is Google still indexing your pages? Indexing simply means that Google is storing your pages in its database so that they can show up in search results. If your rankings, traffic, or conversions have plummeted out of nowhere, you might have dropped out of the index, either entirely or for key pages. If your site's not indexed, nothing else matters. Luckily, there's a super simple check before you go diving off into the tools. Go to Google and type site:/yourdomain.com. So for us, it'd be site:/fatjoe.com. That shows you all of the pages that Google has indexed. Now, if you see hundreds of weird product variations, or even the inverse with product pages missing, or the whole site missing, that's a problem. This is where Google Search Console comes in. It's a free tool from Google that shows you which pages are included in the index, which are excluded, and importantly, why. You might see something like excluded by no index tag. That means that the page is blocked intentionally by your own code, or duplicate without user selected canonical. That means that Google thinks that you have multiple versions of the same page, and it's not sure which one to show. Here's a real world example. Imagine you sell a yoga mat in 3 different colors. Instead of having separate URLs compete against each other, you'd pick one main product page, like /yogamat, and point the color versions, like /yogamatblue, back to it with a canonical tag. Then, in your structured data, list the available colors so that Google still understands the variations. Crawled, not indexed is another big one. That shows that Google saw the page and chose not to index it. And that indicates a page quality issue. For each different issue, you can hit learn more and Google will provide further details on what the problem is and how to fix it. Next up, there's your sitemap. Think of it as a directory that you hand to Google. It should only include your important pages, your main product pages, your main product categories, product detail pages, your blog posts, not your filter pages like sort equals cheap. Once you clean this up, you present a much clearer picture. Google can finally see exactly what's important. Step 2, make sure that Google can crawl your site. See, crawling is all about whether Google can actually move through your site and understand it. Think of Google as a little spider. They are called crawlers after all. It lands and starts crawling on your homepage and starts following links. If it runs into broken pages, endless redirects, or blocked areas, it gets stuck. The easiest way to test this is with a site audit tool like Ahrefs Site Audit. They will crawl your site just like Google does and hand you back a report. For example, you might discover your resistant band page links to an old size that no longer exists, so it shows a 404 error. Or maybe your dumbbell page redirects 2 or 3 times before it finally loads. Each such hindrance slows things down and wastes what we call the crawl budget. Our article here explains crawl budget really well, and in short, it's a way of saying it will not crawl everything forever, so don't waste its time. Next, your site structure is another big factor. No important page should be buried 6 clicks deep. For example, if your adjustable dumbbells page is hidden under this page flow, Google is not going to prioritize it. To fix this, flatten your structure, add internal links, and make sure your main products are only ever a couple of clicks away from the homepage. Next, check your robots.txt file. You can see yours by typing yourwebsite.com/robots.txt into your browser. Just make sure that you're allowing Google's bots and you're not blocking them. And finally, you need to monitor speed and mobile friendliness. Google provides core web vitals, which look at things like how fast your content loads, whether the page jumps around while loading, and how quickly users can interact with the page. While they say they don't directly use these values, the CWVs are certainly a good indication of how your site's performing. If your product images take 5 seconds to load, people will bounce. To fix these kind of issues, compress your images, lazy load videos, and remove any unnecessary scripts. All this will help Google understand your site efficiently and quickly. All right, now that your technical foundation is solid, let's talk keywords. This is where the audit shifts from fixing problems to spotting opportunities. Step 3, audit your keywords. Here are the 2 questions that you want to be able to answer by the end of this step. 1, what are you already ranking for? 2, where can you win more? You can use a tool like Ahrefs and plug in your domain, then open the organic keywords report. This shows you every keyword that you rank for, your position, and how much traffic it brings. And here's where it gets exciting. Look for the low-hanging fruit. These are keywords where you already rank between positions, say 2 and 15. For example, maybe your resistant bands for home workout page is sitting at position 11. That's at the top of page 2 of Google. With just a little optimization, you could push that onto page 1 and see a big traffic bump. Next, look at the mid-tier keywords in positions 16 to 50. Let's say you're at position 25 for best yoga mat for beginners. It's not great, but with some content improvements and links, it could move up. Finally, look at the very end of the list. These are the keywords where you rank between 50 and 100. Usually this means that you don't actually have a proper page set up for them, or that your existing page has very little authority. This is actually a golden opportunity to create brand new content. See how this shifts your focus? Instead of guessing what to write about, the audit shows you exactly what Google already associates with your site and where the gaps are. Both of our questions at the beginning of the step have now been answered. We've actually done a full breakdown of keyword research in 2025 here, if you want to learn more. Now, let's talk about the next step. Step 4, fixing and upgrading your content. Ask yourself, does each page on your site actually deserve to rank in Google's eyes? Here's how you can optimize your content. Start with your titles and your meta descriptions. For instance, if your yoga mat page is titled products, that's terrible. It should say something like eco-friendly yoga mats for home workouts. That's clear and keyword rich. The meta description should be compelling, like shop durable, eco-friendly yoga mats designed for beginners and pros, free shipping on all orders. Then you move inside the page. Make sure that you have one H1 tag that defines the main topic, and then use your H2s and your H3s for the subtopics. For example, your resistance band page could have a H1 of resistant bands for home workouts, and then H2s like different resistance levels or how to use resistant bands safely. Now, remember one thing, nobody wants to scroll through a wall of text. Not humans and not robots. Break it into short paragraphs, add visuals, and explain things simply. Content depth does matter too. Google rewards pages that fully answer a question. If your dumbbell product page only says, great dumbbells, buy now, it won't rank, unfortunately. Add details on the weight ranges, materials, comparisons, and even some FAQs. Maybe even a mini guide on how to choose the right dumbbell for your home gym. Next, make sure that you don't forget to add your internal links. If you write a blog post, make sure to link it to your related product pages. Use descriptive anchor text like adjustable dumbbells for small spaces. That helps Google connect the dots. Link back to, add links to blog posts in product page FAQs to further build that relationship. And finally, run a content audit. Look at what is working and what's dead weight. Maybe you have a discontinued product page that's still indexed. Redirect it. Or maybe you wrote 3 separate blog posts about one topic. Merge all 3 of them into a single strong article. This step is about quality over quantity. Every page should be able to justify its position in Google's results. Both Google and AI, like ChatGPT, look for quality content that answers the questions that customers are asking in the best manner. You don't actually need to rank #1 on Google anymore. If you appear on Google AI overviews, you can still be at the top, even above top ranking sites. If you want to learn how to do that consistently, check this video out on our page. Step 5, build your authority and track progress. All right, we're in the final stretch. Even if your site's technically perfect and your content's amazing, Google still asks one big question. Why should we trust you? This is where backlinks come in. Backlinks are links from other websites pointing back to yours. Pretty simple, right? Think of them as votes of confidence. In Ahrefs, you can check your backlinks report. See how many referring domains you have, what kind of sites they are, and what anchor text they use. If most of your links come from spammy sites with dodgy anchor texts, That's a massive red flag. Don't panic or disavow them. Google is pretty good at simply ignoring spammy links, but you should focus on building higher quality links. For example, for an e-commerce store, this might mean writing guest posts for fitness blogs, being featured in the local news about home gyms, or creating content that people naturally want to link to. You can also use link building services, like ours, to start building out authority links and even bolster them with digital PR for those real authority boosts and AI SEO visibility. You can check out the fatjoe site for more on our done-for-you link building and digital PR services. Finally, you need to track this progress, and this is where you should spend most of your time analyzing. Here's a few good methods. First, use Google Search Console to get data on the impressions, clicks, and average positions. Then, use Google Analytics and understand how much of your organic traffic is actually converting. Finally, use tools like Ahrefs to show you your keyword movements over time. Usually, you'll see the first wins in those low-hanging fruit keywords we started talking about earlier. And that's it. If you follow these 5 steps, your site will be healthier than ever before and will be ready to rank higher on Google. I hope you found this valuable. Let us know in the comments below if you want us to cover any specific topics. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Stay optimized and stay visible.